Crowd still coming into Matthew Knight Arena. A lot of folks already sitting and ready for a heck of a matchup between Wazoo and number 21 Oregon. Speaking of the Cougs, usual suspects. Keep your eye on Tara Wallach, just a sophomore. Leads this club in blocks, mind you. She can score a whole bunch too. For the Oregon Ducks, starting lineup, usual suspects. The freshmen Gray and Van Slooten have been so good in their starting roles. Rogers, Pow, and of course, Philly, that shot blocking extraordinaire, rebounder, whatever you want to call her. She's a beast down low for Oregon. Cammie Etheridge in her 5th year with Washington State, taking them to new heights last year. Absolutely fabulous job with Washington State, and a great hire from Northern Colorado. Her club sits at 12-4, 2-3 overall. Kelly Graves in his 9th year, 13-4 overall, 4-2 in conference play. Just went over the 200 victory mark here in Eugene. He was honored just moments ago. We'll show you tape of that at some point. Special moment. Oregon leads the series by a whole bunch. Anthony Leveretz, and most recently, 8 straight. Washington State would love to post the upset today.
Yeah, just continue that momentum they got on Friday night.
So we're underway. Washington State road unis, maroon. Oregon in their white uniforms with possession to start things off. Both teams, as we mentioned, coming off of big victories Friday night. Staying in the conference race. 10 on the shot clock. Pow, reverse, blocked. I told you, Wallach can block shots. 3 now. Runner, no good. Ball pinged around. And there's the block out.
Very long possession to start the game. Oregon in their pick and roll defense. Washington State starts with a stop.
There's the roll, and easy pickings, and Leger-Walker with the great find.
Yeah, and we're going to see that all night long. A lot of pick and roll by both teams. Great play, 2-person game on that side.
So Washington State opens up the scoring. Rogers missing badly there.
Had a very poor shooting night the other night. Expect her to get it going.
Wrap around. Murekatete. Boy, you really like the advantage size-wise, and she scores.
Yeah, she's really developed her offensive game. Got multiple moves down in the post. Great find by Leger-Walker.
Washington State winning at Oregon State the other night, 63-56. Back-to-back wins at Gill Coliseum. That hasn't happened in 47 years. You got to feel good about that.
Yeah, they've really changed the culture of this program, and they expect to win. They go into every single game expected to have a chance to win.
Van Slooten gets hammered. No call. Letting him play. Charlisse. And the travel will go against Washington State. So the Ducks will inbound, trailing 4-0. Oregon, that victory over Washington here in Eugene the other night. As Anthony mentioned earlier, it was a bit ugly, but that's the sign of a good club when you could grind out those kinds of wins, which the Ducks did. Pow rimming out. Ball up for grabs into the hands of Wallach. Here comes Washington State. Teder, right back to Wallach. Teder, yes.
Great start for Washington State. Extra pass, knock down open 3.
Everybody wearing maroon looking for that open teammate at this point, Anthony.
Their spacing is so good. We talked about it with Coach yesterday. Just incredible spacing.
Van Slooten, speaking of incredible, she's as good as it gets.
Very impressive.
Hansen on the floor for Oregon. 7:08 left to go in the first quarter. Is that a risk, Coach?
Coaches trust their players.
Ball tipped. Up for grabs. Into the hands of Charlisse. Extra pass again, resulting in the triple. Wallach saying, yeah, keep me on the floor.
And they share the basketball, and everybody can score.
White hot start for the Cougs. 10-3. Hansen. Front rim and off. Look out. Collision there. Bodies flying. Taya picks up the foul, her first. Leger-Walker. Motuga, good three-point shooter. Gosh, what a start. Charlisse Leger-Walker, instead of forcing the issue, drives and kicks.
Great play by Walker Leger. And then Walker Leger just controlling the game. Hasn't scored yet, but is doing everything to get her teammates involved.
So here's Hansen, mid-range, didn't want it. Plenty of time for Pow Pow. Doesn't want the pick, hesitates, floater is true.
Little different lineup here for Oregon. They've gone small with just Van Sluten inside at the post. And you said it, Ann, looking up, she's always got her eyes up to find her teammates.
Murekatete takes the perfect entry pass and blows the layup. And on the other end, it's Rogers. Maybe that'll get her going.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. You read my mind. Sometimes just seeing that ball go in the basket, whether it's a layup or a free throw, can get you started.
13-7. What a finish by Motuga.
And a great pass to a great cut.
Precision passing by Washington State, resulting in baskets.
Yeah, it was beautiful basketball.
Rogers, Van Sloot. Looked like it was affected or blocked by Murekatete, one of the best shot blockers in the conference.
Yeah, great help there.
Motuga steps into the three. It's short. Here comes Rogers. Teder. Can't stop Rogers again to the cup. Tahina on the floor for the Cougs after missing a couple of games with that bad ankle. Motuga, so strong. Inside. Clarke just coming onto the floor. Can't get the kind roll. And Sarver is in for Washington State as well. Etheridge going deep into her bench. Hansen, hammered. Aggressive take by Hansen. So Hansen, who had the 15 points and 4 triples, including that icing beyond the arc beauty against Washington the other night. All 30 of her free throws in the regular season for Arizona State last year.
She has one of those shooting strokes that you can just watch all day long. Every time she shoots it, it looks like it's going.
How about Clarke showing some range?
Well, Coach talked about it. They just shoot it well for their positions, each one of them, and it allows them to keep that floor spaced.
Ends a long drought for Washington State. The lead is 6 now for the Cougs. About 40 left to go in the first quarter. Tahina gets rubbed off that pick. Ten on the shot clock for Rogers. A little flip, not there. Jay's lucky she didn't get an over the back against Clarke. 7-0 Washington State lead set the early tempo. Leger-Walker still scoreless. And yet Washington State leads. Clarke. Boy, you gotta love that, going right up against the 6'8 Jay.
Great patience, little dribble post move down there and got back to her left shoulder for a jump hook.
It's the first 13 games. Jessica Clarke out of Canada. She's been a great addition back on the floor.
Yeah, and just starting to play herself back into shape. Needs minutes to get that wind back, but clearly a good offensive player for them.
Extra cutter, can't get it home as Sarver. That's a basket that Washington State needed. But here we go with 33 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Wow. Gray, and from our vantage point, Anthony, we knew that was good the second it left her hands.
Absolutely, and that's that transition offense for Oregon, and key for Washington State is he will transition in that early possession offense that Oregon is so good in.
Gray, the freshman out of Cincinnati, had the 8 against Washington. Shot clock off, game clock at 10. Leger-Walker, Hawk, Hansen, she'll take that pick. The little hesitation, and short. So Leger-Walker scoreless in the first quarter, and yet Washington State leads by 5, 19-14.
After spending a little bit of time with her and her team, I wouldn't be surprised to see them win some games that no one's thinking they're going to win.
Washington State throwing it away, right out of the chutes. It's Hurst.
Yeah, Oregon so good in transition.
She's going to get it right back. There we go.
You can't keep her down for long. That's a great read. Came off of a little handoff. Defender went behind it. She just knocked down the three.
Whoa. We're going to see if it's a jump ball. So Teder goes right at Rogers. And Washington State's bench is fired up. The possession arrows with Oregon. Second quarter underway. Matthew Knight Arena. Great crowd on hand. Oregon has defeated Washington State 8 straight times. Gray, another triple.
And Oregon sticking with that small lineup, trying to get the ball to the paint, draw help, and then find shooters. That time they did it to perfection.
Second triple for Gray. She's got 6 points, 22-19. Back and forth we go. Teder slips at Murekatete, sweeping in. Van Sloten altering that shot, and here comes Oregon. Van Sloten wants it running the floor. Van Sloten. Motuga with the block. Hosendove into the Oregon lineup. Etheridge talked about transition defense for Washington State. So far, so good.
Yeah, every coach that plays against Oregon is going to talk about that. It's just they're so good early in possessions.
Look at Gray. Another block. Motuga. Fifth-year senior out of Australia, Motuga. 5 on the shot clock. Rogers. Oh, that's got to feel good for India.
Getting baskets out of it. Really, really fun to watch.
We are tied up. We haven't said that since opening tip. Rogers feeling a lot better about her game. And the wraparound pass is not within reach. Turnover, Washington State. 6-0 Oregon run, tied 22 apiece. 6:25 left to go in this second quarter. Ducks can take their first lead of the game. I like the small lineup, Anthony. I do. Rogers. She's feeling it now, Anthony. 2:40 scoring drop. 2-minute and 40 seconds scoring drop for Washington State. Again, a good look. Murekatete can't finish. Lucky bounce. Teder flips up the 3 and hits.
Deep.
Singleton, 25-24. Gray with her third triple of the game. She's got 9 points. 4 triples is her career mark. She's got 3 already. Oregon with the lead.
People are stepping up, just showing the depth of their rosters.
All right. So, Washington State, after a hot start, has missed some close-range buckets. Leger-Walker has been pretty chilly from the floor with but 3 points. Ten on the shot clock. Sarver back in. Following her own shot, nicely done. Oh, wow, Che had something to say about that. Here comes Oregon. Rogers takes the punishment, can't get her home. Ball is up for grabs. Can Gray do it again? Oh, my goodness. 4 triples now for Gray. That ties a career mark. And Oregon has put together a 14-3 run. Dumping it inside. That's a tough get. Hosendove is right there, and here comes Pow.
Trying to post Leger-Walker, and Oregon really collapsed that paint. Did a great job.
There were 3 ducks in that area. The slip and the hoop. What a great pass by Gray.
Little 2-man game on the wing. Great job coming off of that screen and a perfect delivery.
8-0 run ended there. Washington State desperately needing that.
Yeah, Bella, as we talked about, has really developed her offensive basketball game.
32-27, 3:10 left to go in this game that has had ebbs and flows. Van Sloten back on the floor, and here's Pow. Wanted the pick, showed you why. Leger-Walker hesitating, steps back, little real estate, back women off, not her game so far. Here comes Pow. She'll pull it out. Wrap around, extra pass. Wow, that's how you do it. Grace finding Hosendove and 1.
Pow gets down, and it's still not transition, but it's early in the possession, and you've just got to get back and get matched and get your defense set. They'll make you pay. They did there.
So Sarver with that foul. And Hosendove, who comes in as Che is on the sideline after getting hit in the head. 36-27. Oregon with the lead as bodies fly. So here's Leger-Walker again leading the conference in scoring. Nearly 5 assists and leads the club in steals and, in the free throw percentage as well. Now she'll wait for that pick. Would like another one. Van Sloten, Pow. Thinks twice. 9 on the shot clock for Gray.
Really impressed, both individually and how they play together as a team at the defensive end of the floor.
Only Washington State's 3rd team foul, so no free throws yet. Both clubs with 3 team fouls apiece late in this second quarter. Van Sluten hesitates. Clarke contests. Van Sluten will go to the line. Highest scoring freshman in the Pac-12. This freshman averaging 21 points a pop.
You love to see that.
Shot clock off, game clock at 15 right there. Here's Leger-Walker. Boy, everybody all over Charlisse. You got to throw it up at some point if you're Washington State. Teder, extra pass. Leger-Walker gets it back. Front rim and off. That was a really good look for Charlisse. Can't get it home. So after trailing 13-3 in the first quarter, the Oregon Ducks now. So third quarter underway. A little bit of an uphill climb for the visiting Cougars, who have lost 8 straight. Right out of the chutes, perfectly executed.
Yeah, great start for them. Leger and Walker and Bella in a pick and roll, wide open layup. Murekatete
with 8 points now, nearing another double-figure game. Nice start, just the way Washington State started the first quarter. Rogers taking it right to the teeth of the defense. Ball flipped away and into the hands of Wallach. Remember, she's playing with 2 fouls. Teder. Motuga looking for a cutter. She's got single coverage. Van Sluten, and flips it in.
Great start for Washington State again. Similar to the first half of getting the ball where they wanted.
Van Sluten looking for a cutter instead. The outside look by Rogers, and that's more like it if you're a Duck fan. She's got 12. Good hustle defense on the transition by Philly. Leger-Walker. My goodness, it has just been a stone-cold game for Charlisse.
Yeah, great cut. It was a great pass from her big, and she can't buy one right now.
1 for 12 from the floor. And she's been able to play without any further foul trouble. Murekatete now with 3, though.
We leave her in, should we take her out? And she's going to leave her in right now.
More often than not, when you were coaching at the Utes, would you go by the book and tend to take them out, or would you go by your gut?
It just depends on the player.
Wallach puts on the brakes and scores. 5 now, and counting. Wraparound not there as Hansen is on the floor for the Ducks, and she throws it away. Just can't find the bottom of the net at this point. Murekatete going up against Che. Yes.
That is a great move. Great shot fake right into the body of Che, not letting her get up to block that shot.
Bella with 10 now. Averages 14. There's the strip from Bella. And here comes Washington State. Last year, these two teams met one time in Pullman. Oregon won it 83-30, Anthony. That's not happening today. Much closer game.
Yeah, I think Coach might have mentioned that to them during the lead up to this game, just to keep her kids' attention.
Wow, so patient. Bella going right at Che and scores again.
She's turned into a heck of an offensive player.
Pow, short. Washington State just kind of watching that ball, and thankfully, it was Teder that knocks it into a friend's hand.
Bodies flying all over the place here. These teams are playing really, really hard. Understand the importance of this basketball game.
Murekatete, why not? She's got 14 points, right at her seasonal average. This is a kid last year who averaged double figures, but she's so much more dominant on both ends of the floor. 43-41, what a run. Hansen running the floor, Clarke along with her. Hosendove, good defense inside by Teder. Oh, baby! Rogers with the triple. 17 now.
And Oregon's gone back to that small lineup, and
2 on the shot clock. Wow. Hansen, wild shot into the hands of Leger-Walker.
See if Washington State runs something to try to get Leger-Walker a good shot here.
Wouldn't you?
I'd want her to shoot it every time she catches it.
Me too. I'm with you. Here's Clarke. Had a mismatch against Hurst, didn't want it going, and there it is on cue, Anthony Leveretz.
Yeah, there we go. That was a defensive mistake by Oregon right there. They over-rotated and left her wide open, and maybe that'll get her going.
Leger-Walker with her second triple of the game. Tied it, 46 apiece. Good third quarter by Washington State. Oh, what a finish by India Rogers. My goodness.
Yeah, she came to play today. That is a heck of a finish and a great pass.
I mean, that's good defense. Great pass, great defense, and a stellar finish by Rogers. What a game for India. Beautifully executed. You go inside, and Clarke's got a bunny, thanks to Wallace.
Yeah, that is great execution. On-ball screen, rolled all the way to the rim. Great deep post up and a great find.
We've got ourselves a game now. 40 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Back and forth we go. Rogers feeling it. Rogers hitting it. What a game for India. 21 now, baby.
Yeah, and they went underneath that handoff, and Rogers so good stepping behind that and knocking it down.
What a game for Rogers. 22 points now. Averages 15. She's at 22. Remember, her career high is 34. She had that earlier against Oregon State. All right, 8 to go in this quarter. Shot clock off. Game clock at 5. The flashing Teder. Extra pass. Look at the execution by Washington State.
Yeah, that was great recognition. Oregon switched to go zone for the last possession of the game. It was the first one of the game. They executed and they made shots, right? And I think Coach said it at the timeout or at halftime interview. They got to execute a little bit better, but they got good shots. They just had to make them.
Three-pointer, true. Teder, huge. 9th double-figure game of the season. Washington State reclaiming the lead. Rogers has been magnificent this game. Hurst off the pick, back rim and off. Van Sloot, offensive rebound, and she'll go to the line.
You watch these kids play so well so often, you're surprised when you see them miss a few shots, right?
She's got one more coming, misses that one as well. Motuga with the rebound. And Washington State with the ball, with the lead early in this fourth quarter. Little excuse me kick sends Gray flying.
Really impressed with Washington State's stick-to-itiveness. Got down, and in this building, sometimes that's hard to come back from, and they have just kept playing.
Teder blown right past her defender, Rogers. She's got 13. 55-51, Wazoo. Hurst will bring it out. Here's Hosendove. Oh, just unlucky. Great pass inside to Hosendove, who lost the handle about 10-15 minutes ago. I do not see her on the bench right now, Anthony. She still might be in that locker room.
Yeah, Oregon fans hoping everything's okay there.
Leger-Walker, wheeling, dealing, extra pass. Motuga gets it right back to Charlisse. Oh, that's execution. Those two veterans know each other like the back of their hands.
Unbelievable play by Leger-Walker. Dribble penetration to the paint, found a teammate, but didn't stop moving. And then the next player made penetration, and she got to a spot where she could knock down a shot.
Leger-Walker in double figures, and what a stick for Gray. She continues to hit from the outside. She's got 15.
Yeah, this second half is a clinic for both teams' offensive execution here.
Ducks really needed that. The freshman coming up big for the Ducks. 57-53. Clarke hesitates, and Van Slooten got her. That's her second. First free throws of the year. Hits her first one.
Yeah, just gives him another dimension, allowing Bella to get some good rest.
Pow picks it up. Hawked by Motuga. There's the switch. 10 on the shot clock. Wild shot there by Gray. Leger-Walker wants it. She'll get it. 59-53 Washington State. So just know this. Gray's last field goal was ruled a 2, not a 3. Leger-Walker inside. Carrying Rogers on her back. And Leger-Walker wasn't able to get the and one, but she'll go. Leger-Walker. Hits them both. Washington State with the lead. Rogers. Hanson. Just a little short on that try. Van Sloten can't get the rebound into the hands of Wallach, and Washington State can extend the lead.
Charlisse Leger-Walker just had an unbelievable block out. It won't show up on a stat sheet, but that prevented an offensive rebound in a basket.
Backdoor cut, Leger-Walker, and oh, what a pass! And what a read by Leger-Walker, having to come back from a 10-point deficit. Rogers, man, single-handedly in some ways keeping Oregon in it. She's got 25.
That was just a defensive breakdown by Washington State. A little simple on-ball screen, and they both went to the screener.
Wow, speaking of a defensive breakdown, Teder flies in for the easy deuce. She's got 15. Hard pick. Leger-Walker goes flying. Hanson rimming out. Ball into the hands of Leger-Walker. No Philly Che. She went into the Oregon locker room. Remember, she hit heads with a Washington Cougar in the second. Went into the locker room in the second half. And there she remains. Turnover, Washington State. Turnover, Oregon. Leger-Walker. And now Motuga. Here's a mismatch. Murekatete guarded by Rogers. And Washington State finally able to capitalize.
Great patience. It wasn't there the first time because there was backside help. Bella reposted and got herself open, and a great find. Yeah, we were talking about this off air, and just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and Oregon's going to need to go on a run of their own. This is game-winning time. You got to knock these free throws down when you get a chance.
Rogers gets one of two. Here comes the heat. Murekatete running the floor. Can she finish? You bet. Her career high is 22. Hanson, can she get her going? Not yet. And the Cougars looking to get out of Dodge with the upset and to get off the schneid.
They're not counting this win yet. There's a lot of basketball left.
Heck yeah. Eternity if you're a Cougar fan.
Oregon's such a dynamic offensive basketball team. They can go on a run at any moment.
Look at the cut, the seal, and the finish by Motuga. What a pass by Leger-Walker. 11 now for Motuga.
We talked about this. Washington State just getting really comfortable at the offensive end of the floor, and Oregon tried to get some defensive pressure.
And one. Gray. She's been dynamic from beyond the arc. This time she takes it right into the teeth of the Washington State defense. Huge and one.
Wow. I think she took it right in the chest. And Oregon, like we said, needed to make them uncomfortable. Came and trapped at half court.
You score here now, and this place is going to explode. 3:45 left to go in the fourth. Van Sloten wants it. Leger-Walker backing, and scoring is Van Sloten. If you're the Ducks, you got to play the D. Murekatete instead. Again, another Leger-Walker assist. Murekatete with 20.
Washington State spacing and execution on full display here.
All the way to the cup is Rogers. Back and forth we go.
At this point in time, you just want to be efficient. You know, I think you trust your kids. Obviously, you don't want to rush anything, but get the best shot you can.
Travel will go against Bella.
Yeah, everybody wearing a Cougar jersey thought that was a pretty good finish.
Great job by Murekatete playing with 4 fouls. Oregon with 3 team fouls. Leger-Walker stepping into the shot. Nothing there. Rogers wheeling, dealing, looking for a cutter. Here's Pau. Taking that pick. Didn't need much room. And the foul will go against Leger-Walker, fouling Pau. And 3 shots now for Tahina.
To her screener, making it hard for her to get over the top of that thing.
The Ducks, a little chilly. That is usually much, much better from the charity stripe.
Expect to see that full court pressure again here.
We got ourselves a finish right now, I'll tell you that. Washington State needs to execute here in the half court, under 2 to go.
Right now you run your best thing to get the best shot you can get.
Wallach, super soft, is going to find Leger-Walker, 10 on the shot clock. Charlisse dumping it inside. Murekatete can't finish. Unlucky. She had a great look. This place is ready to explode. Rogers blocked by Wallach. Oh, the progression of Tara Wallach, just a sophomore. You can lay off Hosendub. She's looking for a cutter. And here's Rogers, who has been shooting, scoring at will. Can't get the bucket down there. Oh, and here comes Leger-Walker, wants help, finds it. Wallach. Washington State has timeouts if they want them. Possession arrow favoring Oregon. 1 minute to go in regulation. Teder drives, kicks. Leger-Walker, 3. That might have been the dagger. Oh, the mop-up bucket not there for Teder. Oregon still alive. Ooh. That's a 4-point swing as Washington State misses the point-blank shot at the other end. Gray, how good has she been along with Rogers in terms of scoring for Oregon? Ooh. Got to inbound first, though. You don't want to blow that last time out. You better hurry if you're Washington State. Oh! Leger-Walker tries to get clever. Remember, the possession arrow favors Oregon, and Hosendub is able to hop over it. So here comes Oregon with a chance to cut even closer. Gray, Murekatete, jump ball. This will belong to Washington State. Again, trouble getting it inbounds. Motuga fouled right away. Rimming out, Murekatete off her hands, into the hands of Rogers. India. Gray, pull-up jumper. Hosendub. Hurst with the 3. Not there. Again. Oregon crashing the offensive boards. My goodness, Washington State cannot grab a defensive rebound. Here's Gray. You bet! Wallach will inbound. It's go time. Leger-Walker quickly fouled on this club. She's a perfect 4 for 4. These could decide the game.
One of them makes it a 2-possession game.
It will be the program's first win over a ranked team on the road since defeating number 10 Arizona in January of 1998.
Hard to put that in perspective.
You can't foul if you're Charlisse, and you're just hoisting that up. If you're Rogers, and I mean from way downtown, it's not over yet. And the pick, there's time. Oh, wait a minute, we're going to wave off the bucket. Darren Krzyzewski says the bucket that would have been the potential game winner for Oregon waved off because of the timeout.
Clock issue. I believe when that first one went through the basket, the clock continued to run. So you see, yeah, refs just came over and told us that they're reviewing for time. The ball goes in the basket and clock's supposed to stop, and it did. 2.8 seconds left on the clock. They didn't say why they stopped the play. I didn't know if they didn't give us an explanation there.
All right, here we go. Game on the line. Let's see if Oregon's got some heroics. Van Sluten. The whistle blows. The foul is going to go against Washington State on the last play of regulation.
which would be huge if Van Sloten knocks down both of these free throws.
Van Sloten 3 for 7 from the charity stripe. She's got 2, looking to send this game into overtime.
No doubt about that one.
Nope, looks comfortable there. And now Washington State can only hope. You better block out, though, if you're the Cougars. Got him. Got him. What a comeback for the Oregon Ducks. What a comeback for the Oregon Ducks. We are going into overtime. Murekatete fouls out with 1 second left to go. That led to Van Sloten's tying free throws. So she has gone after a great game, and it's going to be Jessica Clarke that has to pick up the slack.
I think a really important possession here for Washington State to come out after that disappointment and get a good look here.
What is the mindset of these Cougs after giving up what looked like a very healthy lead? Clarke going one-on-one against Van Sloten and getting it home.
How about that? Bella fouls out, and they run their first play to get her a post touch, and she delivers.
Clarke, but then answered by Rogers.
I feel like I should just stand up and clap. This is such a fun game to watch.
33 now for Rogers, 1 off of her career high. The seal, Motuga, yep, she took advantage of the mismatch.
Beautiful high-low feed, great finish.
14 now for Ula. Van Sloten all the way to the cup, can't get it home. Motuga with another board. Couple of boards away from the double-double. The high-low not there. Leger-Walker wants it. Instead, here's Teder. Blocked by Van Sloten inside. Here comes Rogers. We're in overtime here at Matthew Knight Arena. Stripped. Good defense, Washington State. Rogers keeping calm, finding a buddy. Van Sloten blocked. Nope. Clarke's going to get whistled for the foul.
She's played against ranked opponents. I think that translates to into games, too. She seems to be a prime-time player.
Leger-Walker hits the diving Clarke. She'll go to the line.
Catch for a big rolling like that.
Clarke comes into this game not having attempted a free throw all season, missing so many games early in the season. Now has 11 points. Now she's got 12. That's a new career high for Clarke. It's off a Coug, so 20 seconds, plenty of time on the shot clock. India will inbound. Pow. Oh, man, Leger-Walker just hammers her. And here's Pow. Gets the first one home. And these free throws are all anybody's thinking about for Oregon. Washington State almost throws it away. Again, single coverage for Clarke. And gets it home. What a game for Jessica Clarke.
And what trust her coaching staff and teammates have in her, not playing a ton and running stuff to get her the ball down in the post, and she is delivering.
14 points now for Clarke, adding to her career high. No Murekatete having fouled out. It's all on Clarke. Great slip, but what about that? Clarke with the hands. Under a minute to go in overtime. Washington State had to have been a little shell-shocked losing that lead in regulation. They've responded so far in overtime. Teder with the three, back rimming out. It was a good look. Hustle, rebound, and play by Wallach. Wow!
Oregon's going to elect not to foul here, it looks like. They're going to play this out and hope to get a stop and a rebound.
Leger-Walker taking her time. 6 for 6 from the charity stripe. Nope. Charlisse Leger-Walker.
It's to make it a two-possession game again.
Got it.
Though that didn't seem to matter to Oregon in regulation.
No, it didn't. You're right. Especially the way they're shooting the three in terms of their perimeter kids. And there's one from Pow on cue. Oh, boy, here we go. Turnover. A chance for the Ducks to take their time and win it. And Oregon will call a timeout. Another Washington State turnover. So Here we go. Gray, Rogers, Hurst, three-point snipers. Rogers looking for help. The win. Pow had a great look, and how about Washington State taking those gut punches and winning it 85-84.
What a great game. And Oregon did it, put it in their guards' hands, and Washington State, like they did all night, did a